Luapula province is located in the northern part of Zambia and shares much of its borders with the Democratic Republic of Congo. The province lies between 8 to 12 degrees south of the equator and 28 to 30 degrees longitude east of the Greenwich meridian and spreads over an area of about 51,000 square kilometers, about 6% of the total area of the country. It is for these friendly, distinctive tropical climate and varied latitude features that Luapula province boasts of swift rivers, massive lakes, and evergreen vegetation. The Luapula province is a sanctuary to an amazing number of natural wonders, making it a fascinating place for tourism, nature studies, and relaxation. There is always something to feed the ever-hungry eyes with, about everywhere you go in the province. The province has an estimated population of 1 million people of varying ethnic groups. Each of these ethnic groups has for many years now preserved captivating traditions, beliefs, and cultures unique from one another, hence resulting into a rich cultural diversity and making the history of Luapula richer and exceedingly interesting. As you drive through the province, a constant succession of traditional style villages spread across the road. Stretching along the Mansa-Kashkishi Road, about 200 kilometers from Mansa town, is a village endowed with rich historical background, the Mwansabombwe village. Established in 1890, the Mwansabombwe village, which means the land of peace in the local language, is one of the largest villages in Central Africa, with an estimated population of over 17,000 inhabitants. This is home to Mwanta Kazembe, the traditional ruler of the Lunda people of Luapula province. As you enter the village, you are welcomed by a statue of Chinyanta Nankula Kazembe XIV, Chinyanta III. Perhaps the most famous and popular traditional focus of this village is the Mutombo Ko Ceremony, which is held annually on the last weekend of July. This is a ceremony in which Mwanta Kazembe displays a mouth-watering dance while holding an axe in one hand and a sword in the other. This ritual is a symbol of victory over enemies and marks one of the largest gatherings in the country each year. Another eye-catching scenery is the Pota village of the Wile people in Chiengi district. From the bird's eye view on the Kawekatenda mountain, Pota village displays an amazing sight of grass-thatched houses but neatly arranged. Viewing from this mountain, the Kashkishi-Lunchinda road could vividly be seen snaking through these traditionally styled houses. The Wile people of Chiengi district boast of their charismatic history as peace lovers who never shed any blood for the occupied land but always embraced dialogue with their enemies. The Uwilile traditional ceremony, performed in the first week of August every year, is another elegant cultural inheritance in this area. According to legend, the ceremony began many centuries ago when famine struck the surrounding chiefdoms. Legend records that the Wile people were, however, clever enough to hoard plenty of food prior to this plague, which they later fed their hungry neighbors with, hence the name Uwilile, which means partying in the local language. It is also a self-reliance concept. The ceremony is preceded by songs and dances and ends with the senior chief Buddha distributing food from the granary or uutala in local language to his subjects and visitors. On the Mbereshi Kawamba Road is an ancient and interesting historical and architectural site, the Mbereshi Mission Church. Built in 1905 by the London Mission Society, the building is now over a century old. A similar prehistoric structure, though this one erected by the Catholic missionaries, is found on Chilui Island in the Northern Province. This building, Santa Maria Parish Church, was built in 1903 and is now over 100 years old, but still strong and beautiful, and stands as an indisputable symbol of what the local materials and human labor can achieve. Luapula is perhaps the only province in the whole country endowed with many charming waterfalls, majority of them located in Kawamba district. 18 kilometers from Kawamba town on the Mbereshi Road is the Ntumbachushi Falls. Encircled by an evergreen and foggy forest, the Ntumbachushi Falls could be one of the most attractive waterfalls in Zambia. During the rain season, when the falls is at its peak, it is almost impossible to go closer to the waterfalls without being soaked by the fog escaping from this curtain of water. To have a glimpse of the top of the waterfalls, one has to take the stairs curved in the rocks. Up the falls are a series of small waterfalls dripping into some natural swimming pools. The falls is further punctuated by 7 panels of intriguing ancient rock paintings and shrines, confirming that the Bushmen and other ancient communities once settled around this area many years ago. Bush adventure, camping, picnics, plant species study, historical site research, and general site viewing are ideal for this place and could be a memorable experience. Situated on Kawamba Mporokoso Road, near the Kalungwishi Bridge in Chimpempe, is another spectacular waterfalls, the Lumangwe Falls. This superb falls, with a thick and large curtain of heavily falling water from the height measuring 30 meters and 100 meters across, is ranked the second largest waterfalls next to the Victoria Falls in Livingstone. Unlike the Victoria Falls, the Lumangwe is an all-weather waterfalls. These hilarious and refreshing waterfalls form a long curve with water seemingly pouring from the sky when viewed from the feet of the falls. The Lumangwe Falls are located in an area of flora and fauna and have camping sites. Just about 5 kilometers from the Lumangwe Falls is the Kawelume Falls. The waterfalls mothers 3 awesome water cascades. The Kawelume Falls is ever crowned by a permanent rainbow during cloudless days, which makes it appear even more fabulous. It is easy to view the top of these waterfalls from the close range, although risky to those who fear the heights. Around these falls, too, are designated camping sites and modern accommodation facilities. Both the Lumangwe and Kawelume waterfalls tap their waters from one of the longest and fastest rivers in the country, the long Wading Kalungwishi River. The Kalungwishi River is also a source of other waterfalls, among them the Chimpempe waterfalls, nestled in the thick forest west of Kalungwishi Bridge. Kawamba district is also a host to the Chilongo waterfalls, whose water spills from Luapula River. The Chilongo waterfalls have been formed by a couple of smaller waterfalls cascading from up falls. One of the mesmerizing results of these waterfalls is a massive natural pool. Despite being this attractive, Chilongo Falls is not known to many people and so remains unexplored. Situated about 98 kilometers from Chelenge district off Kaputa Mununga Road on the Kalungwishi River is the Kundawika waterfalls. The best time to visit this intriguing natural wonder is during the rain season when the falls is at its peak. The Mumbuluma Falls is another fascinating waterfalls and is found in the western part of Mansa district. Sited about 36 kilometers from Mansa town on Mansa Mwense Road, the Mumbuluma Falls gushes over the Mumbuluma rock front, creating a thick curtain of water that further tumbles on 2 levels of 4-meter drops and spreads 6 meters across the rocks. The environment around this massive natural wonder is best for camping, nature study, swimming, and fishing. The complex and attractive caves found in many places of the province is evidence enough that Luapula is a physical library for one paging through history. Every unique rock, painting, cave or shrine stands to confirm the traditional legends and chronicles associated with it and provides vital clues on the kind of life the early people lived. Touring these ancient rocks and caves unlocks the doors of history asunder and grants one an opportunity to have a rare taste of the past and thereby making history and traditional legends more real. On the Kilwa Islands on Lake Mweru in Inchelenge district, these great prehistoric caves are believed to have been formed by water action many years ago and are surprisingly big enough to accommodate about 2,000 people. Entering through these gigantic caves will bestow on you a mind-blowing experience as it is thickly dark inside and the caves are just a far-fetched maze. The best time to adventure through these caves is during the dry season when the water is swallowed up. You do not have to embark on your exploration before the local chief Nshimba sanctions it. The Kawekatenda is a distinctive rock found in Chiengi district. A big rock rests all its weight on a small rock. One would think the rock would fall once exposed to the strong winds. According to legend, 2 towering and similar rocks perched here many years ago, overlooking Lake Mweru. They were married. They were providing guidance and warnings to the indigenous people. Legend, however, states that the male rock's extreme jealousy forced the female rock to thunderously roll down the mountain into the lake and disappear forever, leaving this male rock alone. The Ubutala Bwalesa in Mwense district is another amazing scene. This is a peculiar rock formed by repeated water action. These repeated water actions on the rock have resulted into a 15-meter high rock tower that resembles a traditional granary structure, hence the name Ubutala Bwalesa, meaning God's granary in the local language. Zambia district is greatly popular for its expansive, beautiful, white sand beaches along the shores of Lake Bangweolu. The lake seemingly meets the sky many kilometers from the beaches, hence the name Bangweolu, meaning in the local language, the place where the sky meets the water. Viewing from the beaches late in the afternoons, one would enjoy gazing upon the tamed sun as it dances in the cloudless sky before it is deceptively swallowed by the calm waters. In addition, Zambia district is home to this extraordinary tree, locally known as Chitivaluba. Legend has it that this tree, Chitivaluba, meaning a tree that cannot be identified, was believed to have been changing into different tree types at different times. There are 3 beautiful islands on Lake Bangweulu, namely Mbabala and Chishi Islands in Luapula Province and Chilubi Island in the Northern Province. On the Mbabala Island, the late afternoon scenery on Lake Bangweulu is always unique and therefore satisfyingly pleasant to view. Chishi Island is another place ideal for holidays, picnics, historical study, and tourism investment. For many years now, the historical lyrics on this island have been carried on from one generation to the other, almost unchanged. Among the many preserved historical lyrics here are these copper crosses, which according to the traditional legend belonged to one of the earliest area chiefs, Kasolwe Chavala, a descendant of Chavala Muwe. The fairy tale narrates that when Kasolo Chavala migrated from Kola region in the present-day Congo DR, he brought with him these copper crosses. After his death, these crosses were placed in a shrine where they have been lying to this day. The local people have a conviction that these copper crosses are divine and that they are a fountain of security for the entire community on the island. According to the local people, it is literally impossible to move these copper crosses from the island by any means possible. The tale also reports that at one time, the white people attempted to take away these copper crosses, but when they had put them onto their boats, the vessels could not move. The wetlands of Lunga district are also endowed with superlative tourism sites and are conducive for investment, especially in the hospitality industry. Lunga district consists of a group of islands decorated with rivers, streams and ponds and are carpeted by excellent flora and fauna. This conducive environment is perhaps one of the reasons why the Lunga wetlands are a sanctuary to many wildlife species. The Lunga wetlands are home to some of the rare wildlife species such as the black lechwe and the shoebill stork. Trailing on the waters of this place, one would have a rare view of big herds of black lechwe. One peculiar behavior of these animals is their annual migration to Chiundaponde in the northern province during the rain season when the water levels are high, and back to Wadiamponda of Lunga district in Luapula province in the dry season. This migration is usually characterized by fights among male lechwes to claim dominance. Venturing through these wetlands would enable one enjoy amazing sights of a host of birds spreading across the sky repeatedly in what could seemingly be colorful celebrations. Visiting Lunga district also gives one an opportunity to meet the local people who are not only creative entrepreneurs but also friendly. Visiting Luapula is like being home away from home. First-class accommodation facilities are found in every part of the province and are operated by friendly staff that makes sure you are not homesick. Among the notable accommodation facilities include the Peace Soldier Lodge in Kawambwa and Kwacha Waterfront in Zambia. Others are Mansa Hotel, Teja Executive Lodge, and Namwandwe Lodge in Mansa Town. One cannot manage to put in words the many tourist and historical sites that Luapula province is blessed with. The best thing to do is to adventure through these splendid and attractive scenes of the province in order to appreciate the utmost paradise that nature can provide. Once you visit these scenes in Luapula province, The memories of the glorious sights will ever be engraved in your mind till your last breath. Luapula Province, a home to natural wonders, excellent investment opportunities, rare historical sites, and preserved cultural and traditional practices. All these, among others, make Luapula Province a must-visit destination.
Atika fika pamoja, shara poyewe.